So we move on to the upper bracket final from KBG LAN. It is going to be TMT against Team Solo B, with Cherry, Matthias, Miles, Ross, Squiz and Xylos representing the TMT squads. And TSB have Abject, Blood, Dialer, H2O, Weirdirko and Woot. The maps for this one were Radar and Supply. Enjoy the game. One more player to ready up. It is going to be Xylos. And we are going to kick things off here in the upper bracket final. We have had quite a lot of predictions going TMT's way, and the ready up is going to come in TSB against TMT, and we are going to see Blood, H2O, Woot, Abject, Dialer and Weirdirko come up against Ross, Mouse, Squiz, Cherry, Xylos and Matthias. And we do have the TMT team on attack first. Matthias is going to get a panzer off towards side, which does pick up the killers. The push is going to try and go past these airstrikes, but they should be able to pick up frags. I don't know how they haven't, as they are going to be able to push through on the side area. As another rifle grenade comes out from Xylos, aggressive play from TSB is going to get shut down, and Cherry the engineer is going to be able to make it through. Plant should come down instantly for the allied team. Weirdirko is in position at CP. He will try and slow down this plant. Nade's going to come out. He is going to be able to get the kill, but the revive comes in from Miles. Nice revive play, and we have seen that Nade miss the drop so many times. TSB are going to be able to get a few frags in themselves. They need to set up here at CP. Where was the comms on that? Weirdirko didn't even tell Abject that the nade was up there. That was pretty poor. And he's out for a pretty long spawn, and CP could be very weakened. I think the plant's actually going to blow before they're going to be getting decent reinforcements, as the flag is still under the defense of H2O and Woot. I don't think the plant's gone down at main just yet. They are actually going to wait for this side plant to blow. Only 3 players in position for the allies. Miles is going to get taken down by that rifle grenade. Plant has gone down at main. Dialer and Weirdirko are going to clean things up here at CP, and Matthias all alone is going to have to fall back. Revives comes in towards Miles eventually. Will they wait for the backup? H2O and Woot have abandoned the flag, I believe. They're going to spawn back. They have a pretty strong main defense. This push is going to come in. Rifle's going to come out from Miles as he is leading the way for his team as the drop comes in. A very weakened push. I'm not sure why they're pushing in twos. They need that big push. Big rifle though comes out from Xylos. I need to pick up the push, as they haven't got Weirdirko in position from what I can see. As Dialer again is in position. Maybe an artillery came out. He did take down Xylos. I'm going to pick up the pushing players. Cherry with the panzer in his hand is going to try and get that panzer off, as he's going to jump in and he's going to take down Blood if Blood remains in this position. He's getting a lean in. Panzer comes out. He doesn't connect. Here comes the next push for TMT. There is an artillery on this side area. Cherry staying alive for the moment. He's going to give himself with his own grenade. Weirdirko in a key position here at CP. And I'd say this is one of the best defenses we've actually seen from TSB. As I say this, it is going to get broken down a little bit on that push. Abject, the last medic alive, somehow picking up frags. Double frag comes out of him, whips out that Luger, takes down Miles. And so far, the TSB team are holding on here at side. We have had only 3 minutes, barely 3 minutes off the clock. Panzer's going to come out again, misses once more. Rifle from Weirdirko isn't going to be able to connect, and the allied team need to be a bit more patient with the frags, I think, with the shooting. Push is going to come in very soon. I'm going to try and pick up someone on the push. There's 5 players here. Nice headshot comes out from Mouse. He's going to lead the damage. You're seeing a lot of grouping outside the front of the CP. Push is going to come in. Squiz and the remaining players are getting a lot of frags, but they are getting fragged back. And this is just rampage mode for TSB. Weirdirko picks up 3 frags, including a knife frag onto Matthias. And they are going to be able to hold on. Cherry, I think the last player alive, does pick up 1, but gets shot in the face. Instant revive comes in from Ross. Nice work from Ross and Cherry. Brilliant revive work from Ross. And they are going to be able to take over the CP. 2 against 4. They are going to wait for the Covey, which is Mouse. And they will be able to build up this forward spawn. And I do hear footsteps pushing in. Nade did come in. Mouse drops down that satchel charge. And the build will come in for Cherry and the TMT squads. So we have got that forward spawn. They've got it within the 4 minutes. Attention's going to turn to east. Nade's going to come out, but the respawn from the allies in Axis will come in. Allies in 5 minutes. Nice shooting from Ross on main, as he is going to get dropped. Lots of damage done. The east defense from TSB is generally pretty strong. Push coming from TMT towards the the back of the tank depot. Squiz is doing a lot of damage though, picks up one frag. Dyler needed for support as the revive will come in on towards Abject. More players around the back of this tank depot will come in very soon, as it is just Mouse at the moment, whereas reinforcements, they have decided to abandon him. I think they're just going for the boost perhaps. We do see a couple of bodies. The boost does come in. Matthias is going to be able to pick up that objective as he just runs up. Dyler doesn't spot him, as it is going to be Blood against Matthias on the objective. Matthias comes out on top, is getting shot, drop impacts, taking health, and he is going to be able to make it away with the east parts. Pressure will start being put on towards the west parts and the back spawn. Double frag comes out from Dyler, as he's going to be able to shut that down. More pushes coming towards this back spawn. I'm going to try and find the objective. Here's Matthias. He's getting escorted from Cherry. They just want to make sure, give themselves as much time as possible on the west part. 6.5 minutes, or around that sort of time, will be on the clock. And he is going to be able to secure these east parts. Nice push out through main. 4 players for the TMT squad coming through. Need to pick up those revives. Nice work from Matthias. Push through the trenches. They are going to walk over a lot of mines. Lots of damage coming in. But it is a very pushed up play from Cherry. He's going to get taken down, isolated from the rest of his team. No revive came in. 2 players still alive. I like the revive play which we've been seeing from Ross. He basically got the CP with Cherry. Just him and Cherry alone. Push coming through the trenches. Nice revives come in. More players in position. I think that's Squiz at fake as well. Only 2 players on west, as the push coming through the trenches is going to have to deal with H2O. He does get dropped. Revives continue to come in for the allied team. 1 player alive on the pass is Weirderko, but the support comes in from Dyler from the back of west, and the respawn's going to deal with the remaining TMT players. So nice recovery from TSB. They were under a lot of pressure on those west parts, and I did say this yesterday, they don't seem to have that great a defense, if I'm honest, on these west parts. They seem to only have 2 or 3 rather than the 3 or 4. Just what pushes forwards, and it seems to be only H2O and Weirderko, and now it's just Weirderko alone. And you are seeing the spawn guys have to pull back towards west, and this is exactly playing into the TMT hands, as the frags are going to go all the TMT crew's way. They are going to be able to pick up the objective as well, bouncing towards main. The respawn's going to come in, but Cherry's going to make it through. No, he's not. He's going to get dropped. Respawn from Axis is going to be able to clean things up, but Xylos comes in from behind. Big shots from Xylos, picks up 1, 2, 3, and the objective is going to be picked up by Matthias, and he is going to be able to secure it for a 6-minute 37 time. Really nice from TMT. TSB were on the back foot the entire time. They were under pressure non-stop. Brilliant stuff from TMT. And it is going to be 13 frags coming out from Ross, 15 from Dyler. Really nice attack from TMT in that last push. I did say this yesterday, where there wasn't enough pressure on H2O, there wasn't enough pressure on Weirderko. They were just sitting on the documents really, really comfortable. That back rape from Xylos, he came in from behind, they had no clue it was there. Manages to get it before they secure, and that's a really fast time on Radar, and Radar is TSB's map choice. And TSB have to pick something up here, because when we go to supply, that's where TMT are at home. That is literally the home map of all home maps for a TMT team. Comfort zone, everyone knows what they're doing. The comms will be there as well, but no one has to be told. It's going to be completely natural. So we'll see what the CP defense is going to be like for TMT, because that's going to be quite key. If they can hold that CP defense for like 3 or 4 minutes, time is just going to run out for TSB. Of course, they have to get the plants down as quickly as possible. You can get frustration in diffuses. Cherry will be on top of that on main. I say supply depot's home map because they always pick it. It isn't about preference, it's about team performance. Individually, you can like Gold Rush more, but if you perform better on a map and you pick it all the time, I'm afraid that's what we call a home map. They're going to kick things off on Radar, and it's going to be TMT to defend their time. It was only 6 minutes and 37 seconds. I will check out some of the allied players. They are going to go towards main, I believe. Very slow on this main push. They didn't want to get panzer or struck. Taking their time going towards this main plant. They have got an engineer SMG. We had Durko in position as well to finish off any plants if needed. I'll try and pick up Cherry, because he can be very good in this position. He has actually got a bit of backup. Revives not going to be coming in for Cherry because he is all alone. And the plant will go down at main. What's going to be able to secure that for his team? Big double rifle comes out from Weirderko, and maybe a quick flag grab. They don't need to wait for that plant if they get their hands on that flag. They've got a 3-man defense here. You will see killouts come in very soon though. They're going to try and set up on that CP defense as soon as possible. Although Xylos is in position, they haven't got that plant down just yet. Big crossfire going towards the flag. And it is the flag in the Allied team hands. Maybe a push through main. Because they haven't got side plant. There is going to be an opportunity. I think they're just going to try and secure this side plant. Get the basic objectives out of the way. They have got main plant down. Flag cannot be reclaimed. Rifle over the top. Nade over the top from Xylos. He is going to get cornered by quite a few TSB team here. No mine down for the Axis team. What's going to get that plant down on side? Misplaced. Nade there. We have got Dialer. I want to pick up Dialer here. He is on the Panzer. We didn't see much coming out of Cherry on the Panzer. The players from TSB did a good job of just avoiding that.
Only 5 minutes, soldier.
So Dialer is going to get this Panzer off as the plant blows. Is he going to do the slide against the wall? Or is he going to jump in close? It seems like he's going to jump in close. And he is going to get that Panzer off. It is going to give Xylos as well, who's key here for the TMT team. Rifle comes out, a lot of damage towards Mouse. He does pick up some packs. Mouse and Ross, Mouse, Ross and Matthias here at CP do get things done. Double MG frag, triple MG frag for Ross. But a push has come towards main. As we did see a dead Axis player in the trenches, and it is going to be Abject to potentially get his hands on the objective. Brilliant shooting from Squiz though. He is going to be able to absolutely nail Abject through the bushes and across the bridge. Really nice play from him. Ross has pushed out. He's on a long spawn. Dialer hasn't seen him yet. I think there is an artillery here as well. So he's going to cover the push. They have to take their time. Could get some frags. It's going to be fortunate. No Xylos just yet at CP, I don't think. Panzer has come out. It is just going to be Mouse. He has to get in this rive. He's all alone as Xylos pushes in. And Mouse and Xylos are going to completely be able to clean this up. Squiz comes across to support. And they have managed to hold on at the CP. That was a 3 on 5. And they got all 5 kills. Xylos with 1, 2, 3, 4. Really nice from Xylos. We've seen him hit some really great shots. And he's going to go aggressive on this side area. We've seen him do this before as the push comes through the trenches from TSB. And they may be able to get into position. Lots of players, allies, are going to be able to get their hands on the objective. Mine is not in position either. Fake is going to be dealt with. As Mouse is going to get taken down. Objective still in the hands of the allies. It is on the floor. They need to get these parts up. 4 players for the allied team. Respawn's going to come in, but it should be dealt with as the objective is going to get pushed forwards. Where's the revives? There's no revives coming in. What's somehow going to make it through? It isn't going to happen. Ross picks up the Luger frag right at the end. I think if they would have got some of the revives, it would have covered it. As the main push comes in, just under 3 minutes remain for the allied team, and they're bouncing up towards the objective. More pushes coming through the trenches. Dialer did pick up the objective once more as Matthias did get that secure in. And this is so chaotic. Push coming towards that side area. Mines from Xylos get the kills, and they know the push is going to be coming this side. They haven't got a Covey anymore. I think he got gibbed. As Abject is actually going to get taken down on that west push. And they have secured the CP. So forward spawn will be in their hands. And they have to pick up east and west, remember. They haven't got a Covey. And here he comes. It's Woods. Normally quite a fast guy. He should be getting there pretty soon. He's got Satchel charge in his hands. And the forward spawn should be locked down fairly soon for the allied team. They won't spawn in time. They'll have to spawn in at main as well. And they have 2 minutes to get their hands on the east and west, and that's what happens if you spawn at side and they don't have side, you spawn back. So a wasted spawn for Dialer. The allies will respawn back in at CP in about 5 to 10 seconds. Kills coming TSB's way. They have cleaned out a bit of east. Respawn coming in for TMT. We will spec up Matthias pretty much alone here at east. He has got Mouse for backup, but Mouse is distracted a little bit by the roads. The objective has been picked up, and it's going to be Wood to make it away. He is going to be able to make it away with the objective. I'm going to try and see what we can do here. As TMT have players in position. As there's a minute left. East parts are going to be put in the back of the truck by Woods. Push coming through main. Lots of damage from Woods. He needs to get the revive in. There's a long spawn. Push coming in from the back of West. Artillery could do some damage. Objective has been picked up by Weirderko. Dropped. And that strike should be huge. It isn't going to be able to pick up any kills. H2O is going to get dropped as Squiz picks up that Luger kill. And the respawns are going to come in for both teams. This is advantage TMT as they only have to hold off for about 25 seconds. It does take just about 10 seconds to get the objective to the truck. Lots of frags going TMT's way. As they are shutting down that main push, they are going to be able to take over the back. Nice triple headshot comes out from H2O, but time is of the essence here. Nades are going to do a lot of damage, and no revives coming in for the Allied team. And that is going to be the first map, TSB's map choice, going the way of TMT. Really nice performance from them, especially on their own attack. As we do see the time run down, TSB will have to pick themselves up on supply where TMT are extremely comfortable and strong. So we will look at the scores. And we have got 29 frags coming out from Dialer, 23 frags coming out from Xylos, 27 from Ross. A lot of I don't know, banter was going around how Ross was underperforming in other games. He picked up the highest damage, the highest frags, and you saw brilliant revive play on attack. You saw him pick up Cherry like 3-4 times on that CP push, which completely shut it down. They completely controlled it on that push. Really well played from Ross. And we are going to head into the second map. We'll update the scores on the screen. As we have a 2-0 lead for TMT. And they look extremely strong here. Like I said, it could have gone either way. They had their chances, the TSB team. They had a chance right at the end, but I don't think they couldn't get the revives in. Revives may not be good enough in terms of revive training, but don't forget when you revive someone, it can block some bullets, so you can maybe get a couple more steps if you've got the objectives in your hand. Here we go. Ready ups come in, and it is going to be TMT on the defense. I think I'll pick up Xylos off the start. Well, I want to pick up Xylos off the start. Rifle off the start from Weirderko. Maybe going to be able to pick up a kill on the building engineer. Panzer comes out. Big, quick push from TSB. Is going to be shut down. Respawns are going to come in. A couple of frags going TSB's way. But the respawn's going to come forwards. Artillery is on the road. Cherry might be able to pick up a frag or two here. Artillery has unfortunately finished. Nice frag comes out from Blood. I think that was the Gib as well. Ross in that lower area. You were right, Raz. They have switched it up. As it does look like Cherry's playing the field up on middle. Sometimes it isn't just about aim, it can be about experience in a role. And I don't think Cherry's played here too much. As, the Panzer's going to come out. Dialer is going to be able to pick up one. And doesn't get the Gib. Does get a headshot with the pistol. Very manic play from the Allies at the moment. From the Axis, sorry. But they are going to be able to pick up 5 frags. Xylos picks up 2. And aggression comes out from Mouse. Push up top from the TSB team. Nades in from this lower area. Weirderko messes up the nade on middle. We've seen a couple of people do that, and that's just due to having slightly different sensitivities you're used to. Very small. As you did see it hit the ledge. A couple of frags going TSB's way. They need to get these revives in. What is paying the engineer? He's going to try and push in, but the kills did not come out from Miles in the lower area. Pants on that right-hand side, so close. Unfortunately, they all went to the left-hand side staircase, and they survived. Lots of frags going the TMT way. Anyone I spec just starts taking lots of damage and backs off. We will try and pick up Cherry in the middle area. I'll pick him up for 30 seconds. He gets instantly killed by his own artillery. We should see him on the respawn. There he is. So let's see what you can do as the field up on middle. They have switched things up. It is normally Ross to play in this position. Of course, Player, who is Cherry's brother, always plays middle as a field up. So we do see a lot of frags coming in. Ross picks up 3-4 frags in that lower area. 2 MP40, 2 landmine. And he's silencing a few critics, I think. After that performance on radar, Plant maybe going down in this lower area. Nice play by Wet and Blood. Kills and Gibbs coming in as a lot of cover for the Allied team. And I think they're going to be able to clean it out. I don't think there's anyone in position to stop this. Mouse picks up a double frag. Rifle or nade came down. And it is going to be defused regardless. Nice work from, I think that was Ross there as the SMG engineer. Very frantic on this first stage. TMT holding on very well. Now it's going to be starting to be pressured on the stairs. Squiz didn't care if he was shooting his teammate. Did take down the enemy. Oh, it's actually Xylos who took down the enemy. Managed to get that rifle grenade off before his own death. Ross again. 4 frags for Ross. I'm missing it. 5. Ross is going ham in this lower area. We say spec Cherry. Maybe we should spec Ross. He picked up 4 on one of the previous pushes. 5 on this one. He has got more players to deal with. Does manage to take down 1. Nade spam in the lower area. We'll stick with Ross. He is going to eat a nade. Has managed to dodge. He's going to have to pick up some more frags. 2, 3 players for the Ally team in this lower area. Gibbs will come in. H2O's taken a lot of damage from Mouse. I think the revive will come in that lower area. And it's going to be a double frag coming out from Mouse. Whips out that Luger. Gets the headshots. And he's going to be able to get the Gibbs as well. Helmets all over the place. Mouse likes to stay alive in this lower area. Because players just love to bounce down. Stick with him. Very slow from TSB now. Flies in. It's going to be abject to pick up a kill on towards Ross. Nice revive comes in from Mouse. And at the moment, TMT have been given a little bit of peace. It's been just non-stop action for the first 4 minutes. We've already had 4 minutes here on supply, which is a really nice first stage hold coming out from TMT. Lots of frags coming in from Miles and Matthias. And they have managed to take over that lower area, the Allies, I think. They are dropping down. Ross manages to clean it up. It was just bloods. TSB not really managing to get the numbers into position. They did get the plant down on that lower area once. But after that, not much more. Nice double grenade comes out from Ross. 2 players trying to bounce in. And they are going to get eliminated by the Brit. Let's pick up Ross again. Going aggressive. Cheeky mines. Nice artillery from Cherry. And TSB, I don't think I've had 6 players alive coming to the front of this entrance here where Ross is right now. Once in the entire attack. And if they got full held, they have already lost. They actually lose if they get full held. So they have to set a time, and at the moment it's looking horrible. They're getting absolutely muscled. H2O is going to try and make it into the cave past that artillery. He does. We'll stick with him on this attack. We haven't seen too much of the TSB guys on the attack. And that's because, well, they haven't been lasting too long. So H2O is going to be able to get a kill and they give one to Squiz. Nice work. Spam on this lower area is going to be able to take him down. Push in the upper area is going to make some progress. Nice shooting, but killouts come in and Woot's left all alone. He has to wait for his teammates again. Can't kill out every time. Here comes the push. And it is Mouse to stay alive again in that lower area. Big 3-man artillery comes out from Cherry. And that's just to cover the spawn. Really basic artillery. You do it like 6-7 seconds before your own spawn. You all push out and the artillery covers you on the push back to your own positions. And it's doing it perfectly. This time he did it a bit early. Doesn't really matter too much. Nice shooting from Cherry. The killouts are going to come in. And now everyone kills out. The TSB team think they've got space. And the artillery eats them up. Rifle comes out from Weirdirko. We haven't seen anything of Weirdirko so far. On this supply map. Double push comes up top. Cherry getting the headshots in. Still got players to deal with. As Abject is going to be able to make it in the middle alone. He is going to get taken down as the truck actually gets pushed in. And I would say this is almost definitely going to be a full hold at this point. You cannot put the truck here and really get things done. They're going to be able to use the truck as huge cover. And when you plant, they're going to be able to have loads of cover in terms of getting the diffusers in. Looking so solid for Ross and friends. Like I mentioned already, a full hold would be a victory for the TMT team. Whoops, TMT squad. That's what I meant. 2-man push in this upper area. TSB really haven't got things going here on supply. haven't seen too much of Matthias. I think he's playing the reviving medic on middle, so that's probably why. He's not been called into action too often. He has been getting Cherry up really nicely. He's going to be taken down by that rifle grenade though, as the push does make it into this lower area. Revives will come in for a couple of the TMT players. Airstrike comes out, and the forward bunk has actually been picked up by Abject. And he has managed to lock it down for his team. Have they got enough time though? 7 minutes to get all the other stages? They haven't even got the plant down yet. It will take 30 seconds to blow. I don't think this is going to be very favourable for the Allied team. The plants are going to start going down. And TMT have done a great job at that first stage. What was that? 8-minute first stage hold. You've got to be happy with that. You've got to be happy with that. Looks like they've switched up the roles this time though. Maybe you got Ross on the FOPs. I think SMG Engineer was in the hands of Cherry. He's actually on our field up as well. I did notice that they play a very strange defense where they have a medic in middle tower where you normally have a field up. It's all good. It's fine to switch things up a little bit. It's all about comfort. Mattis obviously likes that middle tower a bit. RT towards CP. From Dialer. That's just going to force a couple of guys away from the door. Look, 2 players, Cherry and Squiz, out of action, and they could really push across. Fortunately, the reply artillery from the Axis team was in position. Push across the top. TSB, the mines are going to start doing some work. So's Cherry, gets that, Squiz, sorry, gets that frag in. And Mouse with the double MP40 frag as well. Ross coming in from behind. And it's TMT all over the place. In all the frags. Cherry picked up about 3-4 frags on that push. 2 or 3 with the artilleries. And another artillery is going to go down on the road, and this could be nice from Ross. They're going to the thing about artilleries with this sort of short time is they're going to have to risk pushing through them, or they're going to waste so much time waiting. It's really hard as a player to deal with that. As the artilleries are going to come down, push towards the CP. Lots of damage going in, but the crossfire from TMT is too strong. As we have Squiz picking up 2 on that push. Another artillery down on the road. And time is running out for the TSB team. They're going to pretty much have to bypass CP. Brilliant rifle, though, comes out from Weirderko, taking down Cherry and Squiz, the FOP and medic at CP. This is their very small window. The retake's coming in for TMT. As Xylos... as Malz is going to push his way in through the wooden door. He did get a headshot onto Weirderko before the kill out. Nice shooting from Malz, but 5 players. It's a bit too much. As he's going to be able to destroy the CP. No insta-builds. They're going to go for the plant on main. 4.5 minutes remain. Nades over the top. They are going to be able to get the kill and the gib. He should have maybe just dived straight on that. As the TMT team are going to recover. CP will be built up for the allies. Abject's in the position that is this wooden door. They've got a 4-man cave defense, the Axis. And that's really going to be really hard to break down. They are going to go quite aggressive though. This is going to just allow a lot of map control to go the way of TSB. 1 player in the cave is Matthias. Very weak. Abject is going to be able to take him down. No main plant coming in just yet. Artillery was there to cover them. I think that was Squiz getting another artillery down at main. I'm not sure if he got it off or not though. It doesn't look like it. East plant has been dropped. No engineer though. Weirderko did get gibbed out by that nades. And time is running out for the TSB team. Nice grenade though from Abject. His team are going to need to take control. Another artillery at main. These artilleries have been really good from TMT. They managed to get so much time on the clock. They're going to have to wait for this to finish. Or not. What's going to try and push in for this? 3 minutes, 12 seconds remain. They're going to go around for that east plant instead. But they need this main plant. Not enough time, really, to be messing around. Truck's well pushed up, so they can get it through very quickly. Plant's going to go down from Weirderko. Someone is still in the cave. Of course, it's Matthias. He's been in the cave pretty much the entire LAN event for on supply. Plant has gone down at that main area, as Xylos might be able to get this defuse in. And it does look like it. Lots of shots coming his way. He is going to get gibbed out, and it should be this stage for the allied team. As Ross actually gets revived, and he might be able to defuse this. Oh, the knife from Weirderko had to come in. That would have been a clutch defuse from Ross. I think TMT are all going to spawn in. Does look like it. Just over 2 minutes for TSB. They have got enough time, but it can't be slowed down at all now. At all. As the push comes in, I think they've gone very defensive, the TMT team. Lots of frags coming their way. They have stopped the truck just inside west. As the push through the door is going to get shut down. Cherry taken down by Dialer. It's the grudge lineup. That grudge matchup between those two. Push through main from Dialer. It's got someone to deal with on west. Nice crossfire from Matthias and Mal's in the spawn. Dialer doesn't even stand a chance there. So I think that's going to be the end of the game pretty much. I'm not sure if they're going to play out their attack. This last push from TSB is going to get shut down as well. Matthias getting in the mix. Mal's with the double frag. Squiz as well with another double frag. And TMT, they're going to move on to the grand final. And they're going to come from the upper bracket. The build is happening up top. But the truck is not in position. No button's going to get pressed. TSB, they are going to try and push forward for this truck. Dialer on it. He is going to get shut down. Xylos with that double kill. Make that a quad kill for Dialer. For Xylos. As he pushed out main. The allies are still pushing though. Allies are still pushing. Really, really nice from TMT. I think a couple of people doubted them. I doubted them. I needed to see their performance in the early games. It was a little bit shaky. They have obviously got, I don't know, let's say 15 hours of gameplay since the start of the tournament. So it's gonna have ironed out a few creases. We are seeing some nice old performances here from these old names. Like I say, they will move on to the grand final. I'm not sure if we're going to see the attack from TMT. You may well. Push comes in through east from TSB, and they are going to get a few frags, but these are going to count for naught. So TSB will drop down to the lower brackets, where they'll come up against Elysium, and whoever wins that game will get the chance. Team kill comes out from Squiz at the end, taking down Jerry, but whoever comes out on top on that game plays for the chance to get into the grand final to attempt to take down TMT. Looking at the kills, where are you doubters? Where are you doubters? Ross coming out with 43 frags. He went huge on that first stage. 6,000 damage, let's just say. 6,000 damage. Coming out on top on the damage though is Cherry, 6.8k. And across to the other team, we're going to look at the frags. No one really shining. Abject maybe, but the deaths are just horrendous. Look at the frags difference. 189 to 112. Nearly 10k damage difference as well. Really nice from TMT. We saw some brilliant crossfires. Really nice teamwork. And everything was working well. They are going to be moving on to that final. It does look like they're going to be playing out this final half round. So if they can get that perfect result, that 4-0, or if TSB get that double full hold, just to get a bit of respect. I think Radar, if I had to say if I were to change anything, I think Radar wasn't the best pick. I think TMT joked, you should have picked Bremen. I really think they should have, to be honest. Because it's a strong map for TSB. And I think whoever makes it into the grand final will probably need to use Bremen.
Prepare to fight.
So here comes the last attack. It is from TMT. They're just pushing for the 4-0. They have already secured victory. TSB are going to try and get something on the board. So we'll see H2L for start. He doesn't spot anything out just yet. Early respawn coming in for TMT. As they're going to pick up ammo on their killouts. Zylos is going to bounce down. Does get taken down by Dyler. He's playing filled up on middle. He's got the artillery off as well. This is what I said about sometimes it isn't just the aimer that can play here. It's the person who knows how to time things, who can get things done. That's why Ross is so good on middle. He's not that aim beast on his team. You look at Miles and Matthias and Cherry, but he times the artilleries very well. Miles is going to bounce in. Rifle comes out from Zylos. Nice rifle from Zylos. He's going to line up another one. They're waiting for it. I think he went for the Gib. Zylos is going to push in. Takes a lot of damage from Abjects. They are waiting back quite a lot, the TMT team. Not sure what for. Maybe for the next respawn. It is going to be a little bit away. 10 seconds. TSB doing a pretty good, decent job so far of holding the attacks off. Not much to deal with though so far. It's onto middle from Cherry. I think Zylos has pushed up. Dyler's going to be able to pick up two. Zylos hadn't pushed up. There is someone on the ledge, I'm pretty sure. Not sure who that was. There isn't. Unless he's pushed in for the flag already. Could happen. We have seen Squiz do some pretty nice stuff like that before, but he was in the cave. He is going to get shut down. Push coming in the upper area from Zylos. He's going to get a nice rifle on towards the stairs. He isn't going to be able to connect. There would have been some nice calls there that Zylos has pushed forwards. And TMT... Okay, Matthias, okay. Rifle comes out from Weirderko. Two revives should come in. I think they've got a Panzer. I'm not sure who it is. Normally in the hands of Cherry. Try and pick him up. It is in the hands of Cherry. This could open things up for his team. See what you can do with this. Big push coming in. Nice Panzer does come out. It picks up one, but the crossfire from TSB is huge. Wook picks up two. MP40 frags for blood. Double MP40 frag for Abject as well. And there's the artillery for the cover on the spawn. As you are going to see the Axis team try to push out. Maybe the allies are going to make it through this artillery. They may be going to attempt this. Ross is trying to bounce down. He's going to run into some mines. Well, they blew the mines at least. Shooting from Squares, getting quite a lot of damage off. He is low on ammo now though. Pistol out. As he gets pushed, he's going to tap out for that full clip. It's that magazine of ammo on the Thompson. Again, some nice shooting. And Rifle's going to finish off Dyler on middle. Abject's going to get taken down as well. Nice push comes in. And it is going to be Squiz to lead the charge for his team. Pistol out. He is going to battle with Weirderko. Puts in a bit of damage. Makes its way to the flag. And they are going to be able to grab it. The allied team, TMT, picking up the forward spawn. And we saw it from the perspective of Squiz. He didn't have too much resistance. Those frags on middle. But did a good job. Double frag came in from Zylos, I believe. He got quite a lot of damage towards Dyler. That rifle came in. It was very nice.
Dynamite planted.
Oh, so going to go down up top.
Dynamite planted.
And down low. They haven't got a suit, so they're going to have to wait the full 30. Gives the opportunity for the Axis to set up. They have got 4 or 5 players in this position. We'll see what they can do here. And like I said, with their radar defense, it is very strange, their radar defense, in terms of where they balance their defense. They seem to limit the numbers on West and have a bigger presence on the back spawn. That backfired against TMT big time. And they had early warning signs as well. And they didn't recover. You see Woods in the up top position. We saw Cresty playing this quite a bit. Zylos was onto it when Cresty played it. Nice push coming across from TMT, but they are starting to get dealt with. This crossroads is getting spammed to hell. Bullets and artilleries. Artillery in response from the allied team. Maybe a rifle coming out from Zylos if Abject's not careful here. Maybe look like a reasonable push down the cave. As TMT actually going to wait for that artillery to finish. Push coming across the top. They are going to push through the next one. No revives coming in. Nice crossfire from TSB. They are going to get those Gibbs in as well. We will see Mal's Lead the way for his team. Nice headshots, brilliant shot from Miles. Pushes forward, does get nailed. Respawn will be coming in 5 seconds. Abject with a double kick frag, but the CP defense has been rocked a little bit. H2O needs to get picked up. What is going to be able to push across for that? Artillery back down on the road for the TSB team, and TMT have to pretty much start all over again. And now Squiz actually pushing through the tunnel. Nice grenade from Weirderko. 3-man push. He's going to get semi-dealt with. They need to get those revives in. Nice work from Matthias. Plant is going to go down at main. No Axis players in position to stop this. And they may have got one out for full spawn as well. Dyla did that full risk jump over the wall to try and stop that plant. Maybe a defuse coming in here for Weirderko. I don't see him in position. He is backing off quite heavily. He should have a little bit of freedom to get this plant in. This defuse in. There is artillery on it. He just about dodges that. And there's not going to be any save coming in for the TMT team. It was a nice attempt through the cave. It was only a 3-man push. I guess the distraction towards CP was enough to not allow them to shoot from that side of the map. No artillery down on the road. They did waste it with an airstrike. Double rifle comes out from Weirderko on that push. Double frag for H2O as well. As the push comes across, I think they've got CP control. It is just Squiz. He is getting backed up by Xylos. And the respawning TMT team will actually come in towards the CP. Mouse is going to be able to destroy that CP. Need to get that build in to get that forward spawn. He does hear a lot of footsteps, a lot of noise here. Does manage to get one. He doesn't manage to take down the engineer, who's going to put a bit of charge into the CP. If he's smart, he won't finish building it. He shouldn't have built it. If you don't build that, they have to wait 30 seconds, which is probably longer than they'll have to wait, because they'll just have another Covey, which is going to be Ross. He's just going to destroy it instantly. Whereas if he just tapped it, it would take 30 seconds to reset. It would have been much smarter. They definitely wouldn't have spawned there for an entire spawn, as they have destroyed the CP. It isn't going to get built up instantly. That's been built up now though. Forward spawn on lockdown for the allied team. TSB are going to go very aggressive. Just under 7.5 minutes remain. Revives will come in. Dyla has been picked up. And he didn't get it. He didn't get it. Same sort of situation we saw with Ross. Except no knife action. Cherry with the Panzer in his hands. Frags on the respawn. Cherry should wait for the respawn here. Got to be careful with that stab potential. TMT are going to gain a couple of frags. They've still got to escort. Nice nade from Dyla. They've still got to escort the truck forward, which is actually going to block Cherry on the next respawn, who's going to have to bounce down and try and get in through main. He's not going to be able to get in. Get stuck on top of the truck. Nice headshots coming out from Squiz. Push coming in through main. Abject with that double frag and the crossfire here. If we remember yesterday, TMT did struggle quite a bit on this this part of the map against Elysium. It is, of course, much easier to defend than attack. So when you've got even teams, generally the defending team will look to dominate quite a lot. Especially on this sort of map. As it is a defender's map. Nice, Gib with the nade. Takes, I think that was Weirderko out for 20 seconds. H2O inside the spawn. He's got to hold on to it for 12. Luger out, Blood picks up 2, but the revive train from TMT is coming in, and I did see an engineer going up top. I'm not sure, I think it was an engineer. It did seem to be streaming. It is going to be Xylos, really low HP. He's going to be building up the controls, and the gold is in the back of the truck for TMT. They have 5.5 minutes to get that 4-0 victory here. And TSB, it just doesn't look like it's been their day so far. Their defense was not spectacular on radar. It's been fairly decent here on supply, but they just, because they got full held, obviously not enough time, and they didn't give themselves a decent time to defend. Full hold is a big ask against such a good team. It is rare. Lots of frags coming in on the respawn. We do have Matthias with the Panzer this time. I think there's one more player alive, and it's going to be Squiz picking up 3 frags. Well, make that 2. I think he picked up one just a bit earlier, and it is going to be the escort outside main. TMT are going to go for the respawn as well. Matthias maybe, oh, they're going to do the cheeky revive on the respawn. And they're going to block it. They all ran out the back. Xylos with a double frag. As the truck's going to roll up the hill. Going to keep with it. Miles is the truck driver. I'm pretty sure in his heyday, Miles would never drive the truck. Everyone else would be running down. Everyone else would be driving the truck. Miles is running down there. He's in his old age. He's like, yeah, I need a bit of peace. I need a bit. I mean, chill sometimes. 4-0 victory. Well deserved for TMT, and they are going to go on to the grand final. Like I said, from the winners bracket, so they have to lose twice. And TSB will drop down to the lower bracket final where they will face Elysium. And this will be a group stage rematch. And that is a juicy fixture. Looking at the scores and stats, it doesn't look too bad for the TSB team. Everyone performing fairly decently, but no one's doing that Mal's performance just above everyone else. No one's doing that Ross. You know, Ross, like I said, getting a lot of critique about how he's not doing well enough. He's not getting enough frags, too many deaths, not enough damage. Both maps, highest fragger. Both maps, highest damage. So we can't say anything about Ross today. He brings it out on the best day. If you're going to save your best performances, save it for the upper bracket final. Save it for the grand final.